Lakeshore this beautiful sunny Sunday morning. It's good to see you all here. I'm Roger Arbour, your platform assistant for this morning, and I look forward to sharing the platform with not only Reverend G, but Carol Johnson, who always provides us with some very meaningful music. Let's get the service started by standing and joining in song.
I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes it is. Whole wide world is my soul. Here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. You're here to remind me of my magnificence, to help me awake to all the wonder that I am. You long to show me all the joy I'm worthy of. You're here to remind me how much I'm truly loved. We're here to remind the world of its magnificence, to help us awake to all the wonder that we are. We long to show the world the joy we're worthy of. We're here to remind the world how much we're truly loved. I'm here to remind you
Just a couple announcements here that are in your bulletin. Wednesday the 16th, with the Norm and Judy are presenting another segment of their Super Brain class. That is from 7:30 to 9. Prior to that, there is the Course in Miracles and the meditation. And on the Wednesday, October 23rd and 30th, Father Patrick Collins' class, The Meaning of Love, will be in the evening of those 2 dates. Now, is there anyone here for the first time? I'm not going to ask you to say or do anything, just like to welcome you. Any first-timers? Okay, well, welcome all y'all back. And now we have some special music from Carol Johnson.
Can I make a quick announcement?
Sure.
Sorry. There is a little bit of a meeting today after church if you were interested in singing as a choir at our Christmas concert in December. So current choir members and anyone else that feels they would love to contribute, I've got some music. It is not difficult, and I just kind of would like to get a feel of how many people would like to be involved. So it'll be after we have our little snack.
Good morning. We're going to do a round. And we're going to do this about 5 times. I'll sing it through once. Cindy's going to join me, singing it in unison so that you will know it. And then we're going to split up. You sing with me, you sing with Cindy, and we'll see how beautiful it is.
While today you may feel like the acorn or the seed or the tree, but your essence is still the same. And that is that Christ essence that is within you. And for that, we're so grateful. To that we are present. We are anchored in it, more or less depending on our awakenedness, on the level of consciousness that we hang out at. But the good news is, it is always there, and it is always true. And for that, together we say, thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is a week late because of the Cloud Day service last week. Fire service. Pardon me. You'll notice the swatch over the window at the back of the church there. It represents one of the 12 powers. And for the month of October, the power is zeal. There's 12 powers, there's 12 apostles, 12 months of the year. So because there are these convergences of 12, there have been apostles assigned to the colors. And the apostle Simon the Zealot is assigned to October, and the color of orange, and the power is represented metaphysically as being experienced at the back of the head. Thank you.
Now let's join together and state our vision statement. Every life a spiritually transformed life. Now Carrie will read the daily word.
Good morning. Good morning. Sunday, October 13. I am life, I am a precious gift, and I am worthy. Life is a precious gift to cherish, to live and explore. Along with the gift of living, we are given tools to grow and succeed. Among these gifts, we are given strength to keep going when times get tough. We find a storehouse of energy within us. Our hearts are infused with courage and steadfastness to keep our commitment strong. And we are given wisdom and understanding to make right choices. God's light illuminates our path, leading us around, over, and through any stumbling blocks to fulfillment. And we are given love. We have love to share as we cultivate the many blessings of life. We are life. We are precious. We are ourselves, gifts to the world. Let anyone who wishes take the water of life as a gift. Revelations 22:17.
Thank you, Carrie. Now let's join together as we say our affirmation of faith. There is only one presence and one power in me and in the universe, God, the good, omnipotent. Now let's sing, I'm Raising the Veil.
No distance at all. As we prepare for our time in meditation, I invite you to close your eyes, to close out any visual distraction. And just get comfortable in your seat. Have your feet touch the ground. Have your hands lay either on your lap openly or next to your thighs. And just take a deep breath. And allow yourself to relax and just let go. And I invite you to bring your attention to your heart space and breathe into it. And notice the God that is in there. And pay attention to what it means to you. Notice whether it is a comforting presence or one of fear and judgment. Just notice it. Don't make it good. Don't make it bad. It just is. Notice if it fills you up with warmth and love, or it is just a sense of anxiety. Just notice it. Breathe into that space again. And as you breathe in, allow your reality to expand. Allow for the possibility that whenever you think of God, you think of love, of warmth, the smell of sweet cookies. Allow for the possibility that healing is true for you, that coming into wholeness is as real for you as you think it was for Jesus, Gandhi, the Buddha, and whoever you hold in such high esteem. Contemplate that with an open mind, with an open heart, and a presence that is completely tuned into the divine. In the silence, I welcome the divine in me, and I see the divine in you. No doubt. Clear as crystal. It is there. How could I have ever been blind to it? So I forgive my blindness. I let go of separation. And I embrace oneness, where status no longer matters, where your heart connects with mine, and we are all as one. And for that, together we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, welcome to Unity on the Lakeshore on this absolutely gorgeous day when it just feels good to be alive. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. It feels like that over here too. Surprise, surprise. I am so grateful to have all of you here, and gratitude to all of you who contribute. Roger, Suzanne, Chris, Carol, Dave, and Cindy, and Martin, and Sandy, and Carrie. This is your first time reading the Daily Word. Thank you for doing that, and the board is providing the goodies. It's good for us to be together. I'm coming to you today in my frail humanness, and I have to admit I'm not nearly as well prepared as I like to be. I had this terrible ear infection that I've been struggling with for, 10, 12 days, and so finally yesterday I had the first day when I thought, I think I don't mind being alive. So better living through penicillin, yes? Nonetheless, I am noticing that my comfort level is not where I would like it to be. So today, more than ever, I thank you for your kindness, compassion, and understanding. We have been talking about the Gospel of John. And so we carry on until, of course, we finish with the Gospel of John. And so far we've been talking about these stories where Jesus interacts with somebody, like Lazarus heals somebody, heals the cripple, heals Lazarus, or talks to Nicodemus. So basically, the writer of the gospel is presenting the power of Jesus and what Jesus has to offer to the people out there. And now that we're done with those stories, the tone changes in this gospel. And from here on, Jesus focuses on the disciples. He is sort of preparing them to carry out the Christ mission that he will not be able to carry out. So he's preparing them for this separation, for where they just have to live out of who they are now, transformed, touched, made different by walking along with Jesus. And if you read the Gospel of John, I'm sure you would agree with me that it is not very easy to understand. It's not a terribly easy read. There's a lot of repetition. It seems to be saying the same thing, sometimes switching the words a little bit here and there. But bottom line is, it can get rather confusing. And this is the part, we're in chapter 13, and we're going on, and this is when really it gets just a little bit more convoluted, just a little bit harder to get to what is this writer trying to get at, okay? So, Jesus is preparing for the disciples for this separation. But remember, this never happened. Remember that there's no use to interpret it literally because it hasn't happened. What the writer is really dealing with is the realities, the current realities of the Johannine community, who is dealing with a serious sense of separation. First, and not so much from Jesus. Jesus died 70 years ago. So it's not so much from Jesus. To that they're kind of used to by now. But what's happened is they've been expelled from the synagogue. That's a painful feeling. That it requires a lot of redefining who I am. What do I stand for? What now? Have you ever been in that situation, a relationship ended, and you wake up in the morning and what now? I remember when my very first relationship ended, and I used to do all the laundry, and I used to do all the ironing in that relationship, and now I just do the ironing. And so I remember it's about probably the first week that we're no longer together. I'm in pain anyhow. Is a sense of loss. And then I'm missing. I'm like headed to the laundry room and it's not there. You know, it's like that task that used to ground me or that was mine to do, it's no longer there. So change, and that is also coupled with this sense of loss, is difficult for us to deal with. You know, it gets you like at such a base level. What now? And that's what the Johannine community is dealing with. Our entire life used to revolve around the synagogue, and no more. We are not welcome there anymore. I can't step in there anymore. What now? Am I still legitimate? Am I not a good enough human being? You see, you start questioning yourself. Is there something wrong with me? And if I come to the conclusion that there's nothing wrong with me, then there's got to be something wrong with you. Right? Because it takes a very transcended mind to say, there's nothing wrong with me. And you know what? You're fine as well. And our ways have come to a fork, you see? And we're going on our own ways. And we're walking our spiritual path. And we're both okay. And I hold it in faith and trust and love that I'll get there. And I hold the same for you. And I'm able to honor you as well as myself. It does not need to be either or. And that's where healing is. But the problem is, to get there, some of us never do. Some of us remain in this judgmental righteousness, where I am right, and if I am right, you must be wrong. And if you are wrong, you had better change. And if you don't change, then you're even more wrong. You see? So it just gets worse from there. This is what the Johannine community is dealing with. And this is what the writer of the Johannine community is treating through a story. But now, of course, I said, now he's going to address the disciples. And the disciples here come to symbolize an aspect of the pain, an aspect of the Johannine community. So the writer here chooses Peter to offer the first teaching. And Peter, if you read any of the Gospels, the one common thread is that he's the guy in work. You know, he's in process. He's the guy who evolves. He starts out, man, like there, and you literally see him transcend, grow, transcend. And all the while, he is so loud. All the while, he's so vocal. You know, he's the guy who's hot-headed, and he will say it like he sees it, like he thinks it is, you see. And then Jesus always just ends up correcting him. Come on, Peter, just settle down. Come on, settle down. Not now. Someday, but not now. And not this way. It'll come to you. You'll get it. But this is not the way. So Peter is the guy who is chosen. And the story goes like this. Jesus gathers the disciples, and they're going to have a feast. This is just before the Passover. They were going to have a feast, and Jesus takes his robe off, the same one that a few days later will be divided between the soldiers, and removes that robe and puts a towel around himself. Then he takes a bowl, fills it up with water, the agent of cleansing, and he gets down to the feet of disciples, and he starts washing them. And just imagine that feeling. Just imagine either one of us walking up to the other, taking your shoes off, your socks off, and washing your feet. Could you do it? How would that be for you to be on the receiving end of that? Just entertain that for a second. And now, imagine that it's Gandhi who's doing it. Imagine that it is somebody that you esteem above anybody else. And they are the ones with just a towel around them washing your feet. Well, Peter couldn't imagine it either. And he says, "Hey, Lord, you ain't going to wash my feet. Not mine. Mm-mm." Peter knows exactly where he is supposed to be in the pecking order. He understands human status. His self-identity is very well defined for him. There's no question. He knows, I could be washing your feet, but you ain't going to wash mine. So then, it's as if he were saying, don't get me out of this comfort zone where I know who I am. Where you are trying to take me, I don't know who I am. I don't know how to behave. I don't know who to be, how to take it. This is too much for me. And Jesus says, well, guess what? It's got to happen. If you want to stay with the teachings, with the essence of who I represent, you got to allow this. I am serving you. This is what love does. I am telling you that in this new order, that in this new consciousness that I am inviting you into, there is no pecking order. Human status, which is all is concerned about human becoming, always just becoming. Well, in this new consciousness, that's no more. In this new consciousness, we are all the same. In this new consciousness, the human and the divine have become one, inseparable. So Jesus says, This is going to happen, and I'm going to do it. Naturally, Peter would say, okay, if that's your point, then why only wash my feet? Why not wash the whole body? And Jesus says, because you're clean, Peter. You take care of that. This is just the last bit. I'm just dotting the I and crossing the T. I'm just adding the last finishing touch. This is where I am completely now embracing you into the wholeness that you are. So it happens. And then, after all this, they sit down to eat. And this is when Judas is introduced as the one who's going to betray Jesus. And the disciples don't understand. And it's a little bit convoluted about all of that. And Jesus allures that somebody's going to betray him. And then they say, who is it? Well, one among us. Who is it? Is it me? How can you not know? And you can't. Have you ever surprised yourself? Have you ever thought that you're a person with integrity and yet you acted so out of integrity that you didn't think it was possible? That you didn't possibly think that you could be the traitor of your own soul, of your own wholeness, of your own love, of everything that you stand for? Remember that when you confront somebody who let you down. Just remember that. When there is somebody who has acted so miserably, so there's nothing about it that you can approve of. Just remember that. And then see what's yours to do next. I certainly don't have the answer for you, but you be with that, and you'll find it. So Jesus says it's the one who I am going to offer the bread next. And that's just odd to me, you know. Why would he say that? And then why would he hand it to Judas next? You know? That's like pretty obvious. It's a giveaway, right? I should think. So I've been wondering, what does it mean? Could it be that this is his way of saying that God never withholds wholeness from anybody? It's never too late to take it? Could it be that if there is to be betrayal and lack of integrity and violation of stands, then it never comes from God? I don't know, but it is definitely a thought to contemplate. And then Judas can't eat with them. He can't handle it. He's too disturbed and he just leaves. The disciples somehow still don't get it, that this is he's the one, and that's what's going to happen. And then Jesus says something after that. I just love it. This is the ultimate sermon. Ultimate sermon. And I think that this can be the ultimate sermon for any religion, or non-religion for that matter. Because Jesus says, well, God's love has become apparent in me, and mine in him. And then whoever is in me has the same love. That's it. And then he gives a commandment and says, go now and love one another as I have loved you. And people will know by the love that you share that you belong to me and you have my love with you. And that's the ultimate sermon. That's the ultimate best that anybody can offer to anyone. Love one another as I have loved you. And it's not just a commandment, but it's also a mark. People will know you by the love that you live. That's how they will know that you live that life. That's my mark on you. Well, if I ever wanted to put a mark on anybody, I hope it's going to be love. Love one another. And then he says, I am the way. I am the truth. It's through me. The way to this life is through me. And I was wondering, what does that mean? What could that possibly mean? That's what got so misinterpreted by the fundamentalist Christians who say Jesus Christ has to be your Lord and Savior. There's life and salvation is only through Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. And then this is what I thought, what occurred to me, that recently I helped a friend build a deck. And it turned into such an ordeal, people. It's ridiculous. I started calling it the Antichrist, the project. I mean, anything that could go wrong did go wrong. You'd think this deck is bigger than this house. The deck is smaller than this platform, okay? And we worked endlessly on this project, and the little deck that couldn't, And that finally, we finished it. And when it was over, you look at it, and it's pretty. It's so beautiful. It's like, you'd want to own it, right? It's a beautiful thing. So I have a friend, and she's also building a deck. And she said, well, gee, if you could do it, so can I. And that's what it's all about. Now I'll give you another story that I heard a long time ago. It's about seagulls. And there was this little seagull, and seagulls know their order and where they can go and how high they can fly, what they can expect of themselves is well defined for them. But there was the little seagull who thought that, he could fly higher than the rest of them. But there was this invisible ceiling that he kept hitting. He'd go that fly, and boom, he'd fall back. And the others would say, honey, it's never been done, can't be done, stop trying. And the little seagull said, no, I got to try. It's got to be possible. I need to do that. So he tries and fails and tries and fails, and one day he breaks through the invisible ceiling. And now there's a hole there. And now all the seagulls can fly through that hole, and the hole keeps expanding. The way is through me. That's all it means. I've showed you that it's possible. I've showed you that in me, God has become evident. God is not somebody to invite into us from out there. God is somebody whom we reveal from within. And I've done it. And so can you. In that sense, I am the way for you. I am showing you the way because I've done it. And so can you. If G could do it, so can I. Now it could either mean, well, I don't expect much of G. If she could do it, I guess so can I. Or it could mean, wow, I know what persevering leads to. It leads to a finished project. That's beautiful. And that's how Jesus is the way for us. And Jesus speaks of this love that the Apostle Paul calls it agape. This is love that is so free, is so unattached, that it enhances and it gives life. And this love knows of no status, has no need to defend, is not concerned with self-preservation. This is that love that serves. Jesus says that is what love does. I have come here and I have served you. Now you go and serve others. This love, if you don't pass it on, it's no good. You can't create it. You can't store it. But you can spread it. This love that doesn't care about pecking order, status. And that's the love that the Jesus of the Gospel of John invites us into and says, reveal that from within, because it is who you are. I am that love, and my love is in you, and that is the same love. So go serve. Go give yourself away. And be not afraid that there won't be enough left for you. For this love multiplies when it's in use, when it's being given away. So go do that. So go do that. That is the mark on you. That love. That when you go out there and you're on the streets and in long grocery lines where everybody else is anxious and angry, you are the one they're looking at. What is she on? What is he on? That is that love that everybody wants to know about. That is that love that everybody wants a piece of for themselves. That is that love that has changed your life and can change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, G. A very good lesson on love. I like to think that when you're in the Christ presence and you get that within you, you don't need to be saying like, I am right and you are wrong. Forget those last words. Just I am and you are. We're all one together. And before we do our offertory blessing, I just want to say that I'm afraid by this time next week, Victor and I will be down at Unity of Naples. So it's been a fast summer, but we'll be thinking about you, and we'll be back soon. So now is the time for our offertory affirmation. Let's say it together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am thankful. And now some more special music from Carol.
And Chris and Suzanne. So this is a song about love. And every time I use the word love, if you want to think the word God, that's just fine with me. Love is like the sunshine, love is like the rain, showering down on everything, blessing all the same. Love is like the snow, cloaking all in white. Love is like a million stars pouring down their light. Love has no favorites, love plays no games. Love holds no for anyone to claim. Everyone is cherished, there is no holding back. No one is exempt, no one falls between the cracks. Like the sunshine and the rain, to everyone the same. Love asks no sacrifice, love makes no demands. And in this world of bargaining, it's hard to understand. We do not need to earn it, there's nothing we could do. No way we could alter God's love for me and you. Love makes no judgments, sees no differences. All it sees in all of us is our magnificence. It comes from all around us, it comes from deep within. Love is the essence of every living thing. Like the sunshine and the rain, to everyone the same. I believe the message the masters came to share is universal love in everyone, everywhere. Best of all, they teach us the love that we would seek lives and breathes within us. Love is you and me. Like the sunshine and the rain, to everyone the same. Love is like the sunshine, love is like the rain, pouring down on everything, blessing all the same. Love is the heart of God, love is you and I, one infinite love, celebrating life. Like the sunshine and the rain, to everyone the same. The sunshine and the rain, to everyone the same. To everything the same. To everyone the same. Thank you.
And we give thanks for being together. We give thanks for caring for one another. We give thanks for enhancing each other's lives in every way that we know how to. And in that circle, we are a blessing and we are the blessed, and all is well. And together we say, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let us all stand, say the prayer for protection, and sing the first song. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are,